Welcome to East Coast DNA. I'm your host, Darcy Walsh, and today it's not a band, but I do have more than one guest on today. So we have Aaron Pritchett and George Canyon, which the Pictou County folks will recognize George for sure. So I want to welcome you both. Thank you for making time in your busy schedule to sit down and have a little chat.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Darcy.
Thanks.
And so I do kind of want to do a quick little thing to get it out of the way since I mentioned the connection for George Canyon as well. Your early days were right here in Pictou County because you're a Pictou County boy yourself.
They weren't that early.
Yeah.
It's not that long ago. Jen and I were there when we had both kids were, well, Kale, our son just started Dr. W.A. McLeod. And so we were living there. Dad was fighting cancer for his third bout of cancer, and we were back home there. So wasn't that, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but I guess it was 20 years now.
Yeah, the time slips. I don't even want to talk about how I would have known you from back then. Like I remember before you had the
Yeah.
George Canyon name and
Oh yeah. It's a long
yeah,
time ago.
yeah, definitely. There was a little bit of overlap when I turned 19 and when you were still performing around here. So definitely, I might not recall all the performances, but I definitely was at a couple of the early shows.
Yeah. That was some years ago. That's for sure.
And then the other side of the fence here, where we have Aaron, this is something I always kind of like to do when I can for the show, but it's the first time that it really kind of just fell on my lap to have the East and West kind of meet together somehow.
Hmm.
Mm.
So your perfect partnership where you have I won't want to really say similar careers, but you're in similar vein. So we have George here from the East Coast and then Aaron representing West Coast. So I'm curious now, Aaron, yourself, what for your early days, what were your stomping grounds?
I was born in Vancouver and lived there for a while, but I kind of lived all over British Columbia and even including Kelowna and Vancouver Island and Nanaimo for the last 12 before I moved to Alberta. But when I was growing up and playing in the bars, it was in Vancouver. Back then, we had five different venues we could play at for five 45-minute sets, 6 nights a week, and really hone our skills. And most people were surprised by that, being it's Vancouver. They didn't associate country bars with Vancouver, but that's where I learned. And along the way, heard this name George Canyon from Alberta, who was playing a lot in Alberta, and we became friends as soon as everything really took off for both of us. So, and we've been friends ever since.
Amazing. So that was more so you reaching out to George, or like how did you eventually end up working together?
Well, it was
Oof.
more, yeah, it was more of George and I just knowing each other through the industry and meeting that way.
Yeah.
And we have a management and agent that is the same, and they were the one who said, "Hey, we've got an idea to hook up you and George together." And even though you're both two sort of images in the country music industry that are not at either end of the spectrum, but both are quite different from each other, and yet you still have something that is connective. And that was easy enough for us to do, to be able to sit down and start playing guitar, and didn't have a plan of a show. The first one we ever did, George, I remember that.
No.
Didn't really know exactly how you'd react to what I would say and vice versa.
Yeah,
And
it worked
just
though. Yeah, it worked real well.
And
so
so how long have you been performing together where you're kind of supporting each other in that way?
would you say it was like 10 years ago that we did that? Or maybe a
That's
little
probably
less?
no, it had to be at least 10 years because that was, yeah, it had to be 10 years now. Gosh.
And we just
Wow.
knew that it was something different. And, it's both of us have full band shows, and we have our full band shows that we do that are 90 minutes long. And, we both run around the stage and do our entertaining. But when it comes to this show, it's both of us sitting on stools with two other musicians with us. And it's stripped down acoustic, but we get to tell the stories, talk to the audience, and then talk to each other a lot.
A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not exclusive to the East Coast. I'm very aware of that, but it's definitely a format that is quite rich in our region to have the kind of
Yeah.
songwriters circle. And I mean, we all call it songwriter circle, but everyone ends up doing that where you get three or four people sitting on stools in the front of the stage and trading back stories. It's one of my personal favorites. I mean, I definitely love the big full band performances with the frontmen running around. But I find that for the most part, if I want to get to know the artist, it's nice to hear those stories and the anecdotes that led to some of the songs and the meaning behind some of the lyrics is sometimes not always what you think it is. So it's always nice to hear those little gems and get to know the artists themselves. So I mean that's a format that I'm sure most of my viewers are fond of too. Based on the people that I actually interact with, I know that a lot of them are performers at similar type events too. So definitely love to see it out there. But in this case, we're here today to also promote that you're working a little bit on the philanthropy side as well. So you've teamed up with a charitable organization. So it's Children Believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what can you tell me about, well, A, about the organization itself, and then B, how you two got involved with them?
George, you're a
Children
great speaker.
Believer. Well, they're an incredible organization. I've been blessed to work with other organizations, and one thing we just witnessed, Aaron and I were just in West Africa together, getting to see very quickly getting to see the work they're doing. And the one thing I will say is it's not just about sponsoring a child. The idea is you make a donation and then they go in and really help an entire community. And when you can help a community, you're in turn helping all the children because the whole community is getting to benefit from the work that they do all around the world. And we can only speak to West Africa and Ghana, but what we got to witness is amazing. Watching these kids just thrive and the community themselves, the moms, the dads, the grandparents, just all so happy and so empathetic with each other. And I will say this is it's the only place I've ever been in the world where you'll have traditionalists, Muslims, and Christians all living together, all working together, all loving together. And it was one of the most incredible things I got to witness, as I know Aaron can speak to it too.
Yeah, and I mean, what the work that Children Believe does with uh, helping children get schooling. When a small percentage of children before were getting schooling, now a large percentage and even more are still yet to get it from the help of Children Believe. There, but things like even uh, boring holes into the earth to get fresh water, they'd never had that before. I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
probably, I don't even know how many years that's been. It could be thousands for all we know. But
Hmm.
things like that they really helped out with, and it made such a huge difference to that community, that village, and those people. And like George said, you have people from all different beliefs in their religious lives and traditionalists. And to see them all working together and not having any sort of friction, no, there is none of that division that we obviously see here. That was
Hmm.
so heartwarming to see. And I think the biggest thing was seeing these children. Now we're talking hundreds of children, and they just surround you, and they can't believe that you're there, and trying
Yeah.
to scratch your skin to see if there's any dark underneath because they've
Yeah.
seen that before. It was pretty wild, but they're so happy, they're so joyous, and the morale around there is boosted because of the help of
Yeah.
children. Believe.
So I imagine that having the firsthand experience and where you're just recently returning to Canada, it must have given you kind of a renewed motivation for the upcoming tour.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, understanding what the charity does and being there firsthand and them allowing us, first of all, being honored to be in those villages and invited by the locals there was one thing. The other is understanding what the charity does. And, I knew the points. George and I both knew the points of what they did, but we did ask them if there was any way for us to see it. And by them doing that, and taking us to Ghana. There was also Nicaragua, which was in the picture. There was other countries that were in the picture too, but they really wanted us to see Ghana, and I think it's because of the extreme um, impact that Children Believe is making over there.
Yeah.
We got to see it
Yeah,
first.
100%.
And now, outside of bringing awareness to this organization and helping raise money for the organization, the actual tour itself also has a Christmas component to it.
It's a
So,
Christmas tour, yeah.
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 So the spirit of giving definitely is a common theme across both spectrums there, but you also have an EP that's only going to be available at these shows. What can you tell me about the EP itself?
Yeah, that's right. $20 or more donation to Children Believe, and you get the 8 song EP that George and I recorded. And I got to put a little tag in there. My son produced a lot of it, if not all of it, I think, pretty close. And so if you make a donation of $20 or more to Children Believe, you get the EP, and it's not available anywhere else. I think we're releasing the song Children Believe that George and a gentleman by the name of Kenny Hess wrote. It's a great song, and I think that's going to be released to just to just to radio, right? To radio and
Yes, radio streams, yeah. Yeah, all of that stuff.
so aside from that, all the other songs that we recorded won't be available anywhere except on that CD. So making a donation,
Yeah.
you also get a little present, but you are making a huge difference for a lot of people around the world.
It's amazing ambition, and as somebody that's a music fan and a collector, I definitely like the extra little bonus. Definitely a good motivation for the fans out there. Now, the dates, I know that, like I said, you had just returned back to the country not too long ago. So the dates are starting up really soon, though. The tour kicks off in November.
Yep.
And
November 12th, I think it is. Yeah,
okay,
November 12th in Windsor, Nova Scotia.
perfect. So you're
Yeah.
starting on the East Coast. I know that there's
Yep.
a Pictou date early on there
Yeah.
too. I believe it's
There
the
is, yeah. Down
14th.
to the cost. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Tennessee back.
have to see if I can keep myself in town for that night because it's only like a 15-minute drive from here. So
Oh, nice.
definitely scribbling that one down in the calendar. The two of you have definitely squeezed in a bit early for my Christmas content. I usually end up doing a few episodes that are around holiday singles, closer to the holidays, but I definitely wanted to make sure I had a chance to talk to you before the tour started. Now, you mentioned about the EP. The tour itself will be a mixture of songs from both of your catalogs and then like holiday classics, I assume, are mixed into with those. So afterwards, because this is a Christmas tour, we only have a couple months left in the year. What's the future look like for the both of you? Do you have any recordings that are coming out for solo material? Do you have any collaborations coming out?
Hmm. I haven't been
Well,
able to think past the Christmas tour.
Yeah.
I'll be honest too. I really haven't either, and I know that after a tour like that, you know well how it is. Uh, you're either sick because of
Mhm.
traveling on a bus for 6.5 weeks, or you're just exhausted mentally, physically, everything. Emotionally, at times too, you get pretty exhausted from it. So I really don't have any direct plans until March is kind of what I'm doing, and looking to get away for a vacation with my fiance and plan for our wedding. I mean, those kinds of things are the big plans for me. And when it comes to the new year, we do what we've always done, and the gigs will come in and we'll do those, and then recording kind of just pops up every now and then, and the plans are made
Yeah.
probably not till the new year, but talked about a little bit now, but it won't be made set in stone until the new year. I'm not sure about you, George.
Yeah, it's the same way. We were used to have a recording schedule. You don't have that anymore. Streaming kind of put a quick hard end to that. But it's how we're made, so you still have to write songs and you still have to record them. Otherwise, we go a bit snaky if we didn't. So
Hmm.
you find outlets to release into the fans, and that's kind of the beauty of being an artist, where you're driven by the music, not by the business. Thank God. And so you just it's just going to happen. Like Aaron said, it just happens. So you just go with it.
No, I'd like to hear it because not all of the artists that I interview, but a healthy percentage of the artists I interview, you get sucked into the patterns, and I mean it's a job too, right? So I mean, to a
Yeah.
certain degree, you have to do it, but it's nice to see that you're both established to the point that you don't have to do it to get by, that you can, much to your point, let the music kind of lead the way
Mhm.
instead of following these unofficial rules that the industry seems to. It changes so often that I don't know how you could do that full time anyway. Like within 5 years of following rules, you realize it changes so much that you got to do your own thing anyway. So it's
Yeah.
it's great to hear that that's where both of you are mindset wise, that it's you're doing it for the music, and when you have an opportunity to use that to help out others, you're taking advantage of those opportunities too. So I mean, I think that really is the ultimate goal for most artists, if you can have those opportunities. Now,
Yep.
if people want to find out more about the organization, is there anywhere in particular that they should go to read up about Children Believe, or if they want to help out in advance of the tour dates, they can buy tickets, of course, and they can buy the CD at the show, but should maybe send them somewhere to find out more about what the charity
Well,
itself.
they can't buy the CD.
No, yeah, no,
CD is not for sale.
they
No,
gotta go. They gotta
this
go
you
right
got to
to the
make a
show.
donation. You got to go to the show. You got to make a minimum $20 donation to Children Believe. The CD is a gift from Aaron and I for doing that.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know, Aaron, is the Children Believe website?
Yep, childrenbelieve.ca. They can go
CA
there
website.
to either donate or just check out what they do and make a decision past that. But uh, yeah, and while we're out on the road, there's going to be a representative of Children
Mhm.
Believe with us,
Amazing.
traveling on the bus with us and getting to know us better and vice versa. And also have a table there that they're going to have the CDs, the EPs available for people to put their donation towards. And it
Yeah,
is, yeah, it's a bit of a gift from us to the fans who have been so amazing for each of us over the combined 70 years that we've been doing music. And
yeah.
it is one of those things that's we're trying to give back as much as possible to.
And we have some merch too for the first time. I've never done this with another artist. We actually, Aaron and I have a hoodie and a t-shirt, I think, together, don't we, Aaron? Isn't
Yeah,
that the,
yeah,
yeah. And that's going to be available for this Christmas season. I know I'm buying a hoodie.
yeah. So am I.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really funny because originally we were going to do, because I'm very short, George is very tall. So we were going to do the Twins logo from the movie
Oh
Twins.
yeah, yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
I
So
like it.
I don't think we could have gotten away with that. But these ones look even that much better for sure.
So I'm going to ask that any of the Pictou County fans that are watching this show, that if they wanted to go out and use AI to make that image, you can post that in the comments on the East Coast DNA channels. I'm sure it'll get some traction.
Oh, yeah.
And to that point too, any of those people that are local to my area, despite the fact that this is a coast to coast tour, I will have all the dates in the description for people to look through. But
Great.
for the people in the Pictou area, definitely bring your wallets. You just heard about the merchandise that they're going to have. So I'm sure a lot of people that are old school George Canyon fans would like some limited edition unique merchandise that they obviously don't have because it didn't exist before.
Yeah, it
So
didn't.
bring cash to the Decoste Center. And if you happen to be in one of the other regions listed below for the tour dates, same rules apply. I definitely want to see that you guys have not just success in the ticket sales, but that you raise a lot of money as well in donations for this charity. Now, if people want to follow you individually online, where do you usually send people?
Usually it's Instagram for both of us. George, I can
Yeah.
speak for both of us on that.
Yeah.
Instagram is sort of the method that we use for promoting anything, but even connecting with the fans. Mine's at Aaron Pritchett, and George's is at George Canyon. And as well as Facebook, we have our official Facebook pages. They've always got the blue check mark, and there's only one for Instagram and
Always.
Facebook. There is no other. There is no official friend fan.
No. And I don't send out any friend messages. I don't know how to do any of that. If you get a message from me, it ain't me. So
Yeah, that's
there you
it.
go.
But aside from that, you can go to our websites, aaronpritchett.com, georgecanyon.com, to get tickets
Mhm.
for the tour anywhere as well. So direct them to your podcast, but as well as the websites, you can check out what we're doing and also get tickets for any show in your area.
Amazing. Love it. And now in the future as well, I would be happy to have either one of you back so we could dig a little bit deeper into like your individual solo ambitions and the history that you've had out there so far. I definitely would love to dig into some of the Pictou County roots with George, but you as well, Aaron, with the West Coast. Like I said, I've been looking for opportunities to kind of extend my format throughout the country. So definitely love to dig into a little bit of that. I've had a couple artists in the past, but I
Sure.
definitely so like a 90% East Coast artist. The rest are people that have escaped and we're trying to lure them back. So
I've been to the East Coast for
Escaped.
many times. Love people, love the area.
Yeah.
Lots of great things to say about it. Plus, I do have a West Coast sort of side of my world, and would love to do be a guest anytime.
amazing. And if I get the opportunity to catch any of the shows when you're traveling through my region there too, I also dabble with
Let
the
us know.
photography, so I'll hit you up and share some content with you too. Definitely,
That'd be
I'll let
great.
you know in advance so we could say hellos.
Excellent.
Okay. Excellent.
Well, thanks a lot for,
Thanks,
like
I
I said,
appreciate it.
carving out some time today. Now, as I end the episode, I do always ask people to make sure that they subscribe, both to the artists and to East Coast DNA to keep informed on things coming up in the future. And I am actually heading out really soon myself to do a few away trips to catch up with some artists. So there's probably going to be a lot more content coming in the near future. But if I get an opportunity to see you guys, great. If not, please reach out to me in the future and we'll make sure that we get you individual features on here.
Will
And
do.
please, everybody out there, buy tickets in advance. It's something I've repeated several times, but if you go out there and look in the industry right now, that's probably one of the biggest sore points is that we don't know if people are coming to shows until the shows happen. So those advanced ticket sales definitely have a lot of advantages for the people organizing it and the people performing at these shows as well. So please,
Yeah.
please go out and buy tickets if you can do so today. And for anyone that is kind of new to either of you, I usually play off with a song, but where it's two artists, I don't know what to do here. So, is there something that one of you would choose to play off with? It doesn't have to be your own.
Well, do you have a copy of Children Believe? Because that's both Aaron and I together. So you could
Well,
play
it's
that.
I will acquire one before the episode's released, and that's what we'll play
Yeah,
off with.
we can get you one for sure. Management can get you one.
Amazing. Well, thanks again for your time, guys,
Thanks,
and
bud.
hopefully you have a very successful show. And like I said, I hope to catch you at one of them in the very near future.
You bet.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
great.
All
So
right.
much.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Pretty lights are everywhere. Children's hearts are filled with wishes. There's just something in the air. You can't help but tell it's Christmas. Barbie dolls and toy trains will come to life beneath the tree. Some won't feel the magic at all. we feel this Christmas Eve. We've been blessed with so much, but there's still those without enough. Santa Claus has not been seen. Children still believe. You can be the one that gives hope to a child. Be a part of the magic, change their whole life. His love is ours to give. A little help is all they need, and hope is never lost as long as children still believe. It's the perfect time of year. There's so much joy everywhere as we celebrate the birth of Christ. In His name, His love we share. Through the eyes of a child, see the world as it should be. It's not a perfect place, I know, but children still believe. And you can be the one that gives hope to a child. Be a part of the magic that could change their whole life. The gift of love is ours to give. A little help is all they need. Hope is never lost as long as children still believe. Yeah, hope is never